Good evening. So I thought in light of today's classroom discussion, I would do a vlog tonight instead of a blog. Um, One of the first things I realized about using this format is because I didn't clean my office, you can get an interesting glimpse into a little bit of my personal life. For instance, you can see my Bender head up there on the bookshelf. He is full of the original Futurama series, standing next to my Robo Sapien, who is a little remote control robot. You can also see some Greek on my whiteboard, as well as little doodles and artwork that my children have left for me. So I thought that was one interesting difference between doing something like this as opposed to just typing into the blog. So the first couple of things I wanted to talk about, the one was an interesting article I read on a site called Pando Daily that is talking about critiques of emergent technologies and social media. And I'm going to read a quote from it here. It says, "What about deeper critiques of how emergent technologies have altered our brains, our relationships, and our society? Who are the Aldous Huxleys of our era? The Ray Bradburys? Surely there's some discourse on the dangers of social media and inescapable smartphones that goes beyond the snark of Valleywag, right?" I was struck by this because I think we are having those conversations in class. And it's evident from the materials that we've been seeing and articles we've been reading that there are other people having these discussions too, but I guess they're not happening in the same places that the Pando Daily journalists are reading, perhaps because we're approaching them from a theological focus and talking about how they're affecting community in terms of our community specifically, and maybe we're not talking about the effects on the brain as much as we're talking about effects on the community. So I thought that was just an interesting thought there. The other thing that kind of piqued my curiosity today was on the drive home, there was an NPR story about all the wearables coming out at the Consumer Electronic Show, which is going on this week. And this kind of goes along with the articles about cyborgs and people using technology in relations to disability. And I think when we talk about the technology in relation to disability, there's almost an implicit understanding that in those cases it's persons who have become disabled later in their lives and are now trying to restore some form of functionality that they didn't have before, whether it's mobility through a wheelchair or actual brain implants of some sort to regain some sort of motion of hands which they have lost, which was referenced in one of the articles that Dr. Hess posted. But now I think we're starting to get more into wearables that non-disabled people are going to be using, or that tech companies hope they'll be using to enhance their capabilities. And that got me thinking about, okay, if we feel like we need to enhance our capabilities, does that mean there's something wrong with the capabilities we have now, beyond fixing like a vision problem, which I obviously have because I wear glasses. We're starting to see people talk about contact lenses that will enhance your vision in ways of giving you map directions or whatever, enhanced reality. So it just got me thinking theologically about what does that say about how we feel about our bodies. If our bodies aren't providing the functionality we want them to provide, and we're adding to that functionality, what does that mean about how we feel about our bodies now? Does it mean that we're not happy with them and that we feel like we're not perfect yet and we need to change our bodies to achieve some level of perfection or betterment than what we have today? So there may be people out there talking about that kind of stuff, and hopefully maybe someone will see this and give me some links in the comments to those resources. I'd be happy to read them. Thanks a lot. Have a good night.